If suddenly you could only do one makeup look for the rest of your life, bitch, that's easy. I'm doing the Mikayla. Every makeup artist has a signature look. This is mine. Obviously, I'm prepping my skin with POV. It doesn't matter what makeup look I am doing, I'm using POV every day. Like, I need glass skin. This is what I like my skin to look like before I put makeup on. And don't forget an eye serum. Your under eyes should look like a glazed donut too. The signature Mikayla look involves a foundation that I have clearly been using for years. This is the NAS Light Reflecting. It gets a lot of love. If you truly watch my videos, you know that this is one of my favorite foundations of all time. Truthfully, I like my foundation to be one of the thinnest layers on my face, which is why I like this foundation because it is incredibly lightweight and feels like nothing is on the skin. In other words, I want a foundation that melts into my skin, not one that sits on top. It'll look something like this. You can see that my skin still looks like skin, just a lot more even in tone, and the radiance is incredible. Next, I like to contour. I like to do the cheekbone, the jawline, the forehead, and the nose. Give me a snatched jaw, lifted cheek. My favorite blushes at the moment are the Rhode ones. This is shade Piggy. As you can see, I have fair skin, and this is a beautiful shade. These so beautifully just melt right into the skin. A non-negotiable for me is a full coverage concealer. And yes, I still use Shape Tape. I like a really full coverage under eye. This is the placement I typically do. I get the fullest coverage, let the concealer sit for 30 seconds to a minute. Then I'm going to take a concealer brush and begin to press in the concealer. But I'm not blending it out all the way. Then I will take a damp, that is key, a damp sponge and melt the rest into the skin and marry it with the blush. Everything will just start to melt together and look cohesive. I take one lighter shade of Shape Tape to brighten, and I just keep that focused on the inner corner area. My skin is looking literally gorgeous. I spend a lot of time on the complexion. It's going to start getting fun. I'm going to melt everything in with this Polite Society spray. I'm going to use this a few times throughout. Let that just be wet on your face for a minute. Now I'm going to set with loose powder, and the key for me, it has to have talc. I literally do not care. Like, it has to have talc. It's not going to do the same thing if it doesn't. So one of my signature tips. If you have dry skin, set your face with a damp beauty blender. Just take the damp beauty blender, roll it into the sponge, or roll it into the powder. Press off the excess, and then you're going to take this, and you're going to press it right onto the skin. And let me tell you, your under eye is going to be so smooth, it's not even funny. Like, it is smooth. I've been doing that literally since high school. Set the rest of my face. I like to do a little cavity situation here. I'm gonna slim the face a little bake on the nose. Now this pat tends to throw people off. I'm gonna set my face with more powder. Specifically, I'm gonna brighten my under eye. My under eyes are not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of powder on my face. That is how I do my makeup. I wear a shit ton of powder, but I want that filtered look. Okay, we're looking a little one-dimensional. That's where bronzer comes in. I'm a bronzer bitch, okay? I'm gonna wear a lot of bronzer. Like, don't be shy. Put some more. Take it down the neck. Okay, now I like to add more blush. Kylie Cosmetics Winter Kiss 2.0. Now we have to do the signature Mikayla eye, which is a thick black winged liner. Like, I have literally been doing this signature wing since high school. And I will only use the ABH liquid eyeliner. I personally prefer a dip vial eyeliner. Okay, I'll come back to the eyes in a minute. I absolutely have a signature lip. So much so that I literally created one with e.l.f. It is a nude lip, but to the point where it's a concealer lip. A beige lip liner and a very pale nude. Top that with a gloss. Look, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. This simply would not be the signature Mikayla look without a huge lash. Now, these are from a small business called Avalicious Lashes, and these look right up my alley. Okay, we are so close, and there is one more thing that is going to seal the deal. Highlighter. I love highlighter so much so I literally have my own. I like a blinding highlighter. And this is it. This is the signature Mikayla Glam that I've literally been doing for like well over 10 years. I will say my technique has drastically improved and it continues to get better over time. I'm curious, what is your signature look? Put it in the comments.